Good morning. It's Monday, it's the 18th of October, and MPs will gather in Westminster today to pay tribute to Sir David Amess. It's the first time they've met in Parliament since he was killed last Friday.
A service will also be held at Westminster Abbey. Last night, Sir David's family released a statement saying they are shattered by his death. Aruna Iyengar reports.
Church services in Leigh-on-Sea to remember the life of Sir David Amess, attacked and killed while doing his job as an MP.
He was committed to the people. He was a servant of our town. He brought a lot of good.
In a statement, Sir David's family gave this plea. We ask people to set aside their differences and show kindness and love to all. This is the only way forward. Set aside hatred and work towards togetherness. Please let some good come from this tragedy. This afternoon, MPs will pay tribute in the House of Commons. There will be a minute's silence ahead of a church service in his memory at Westminster Abbey.
Will my right honourable friend...
The politician was married with 5 children, a Conservative MP since 1983, first in Basildon and later in Southend West. He was known and loved for his hands-on approach with voters.
is launching its bid.
One of his many campaigns was to get city status for Southend. Police have arrested a man on suspicion of murder, and over the weekend they've been searching 3 properties in London. The man in custody is Ali Harbi Ali, 25 years old and a British national of Somali heritage. He went to school in Croydon in South London. A few years ago he was referred to the Prevent scheme, which is designed to stop people being drawn into terrorism. There are now calls to increase security for MPs. The Home Secretary, Priti Patel, is considering police guards at constituency meetings.
We must not let the terrorists alter our way of lives, but we also need to, as we move forward and push back against this, do this in a responsible way.
For now, Southend is in mourning for a man who dedicated his life to the service of his community. Aruna Iyengar, BBC News.
We are joined now by our political correspondent, Chris Mason. Morning to you, Chris. It's going to be a very difficult day in Westminster today, isn't it?
Yeah, good morning to you, Sally. It really is, because away from the rituals and the cameras here at Westminster is a ritual so sacrosanct to MPs that they treasure it. And that ritual is the surgery, the constituency surgery, where they head often every week, often on Fridays, where they can meet constituents one-on-one, face-to-face, sometimes with an appointment, sometimes not, at a range of venues around their constituencies to try and make themselves available and open. The British model is all about MPs not just being legislators, lawmakers, but also working within their communities. And MPs will tell you that that is the most important element of their job. And yet, we saw, didn't we, the other day, the killing of Sir David Amess in one of those constituency surgeries. And so all MPs today and staff here will be profoundly moved, I suspect, by the ritual that they'll go through today to try and mark Sir David's passing. So there'll be special prayers written and delivered when the Commons sits a little later this afternoon, a couple of hours of tributes led by the Prime Minister, and then a church service in St Margaret's Church just across the way from Parliament at 6 o'clock this evening, as well as books of condolence being opened in several locations around the Palace of Westminster. There's a broader conversation going on, as you might expect, around MP security. MPs tend to feel safe here at Westminster. It's when they're back in their constituencies and where their staff are often based that the real concern lies, and there'll be some who think that whole ritual, therefore, does need to change.
Chris, thank you very much indeed. That's Chris Mason live for us in Westminster this morning, and throughout the morning we will be speaking to friends and colleagues of Sir David, including Lord Geoffrey Archer, who will be on the programme just after 8 o'clock.
And police are continuing to investigate the murder of a 14-year-old boy in Glasgow this morning as well. Justin McLaughlin was found seriously injured at High Street Station on Saturday afternoon before being taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead a short time later. Our Scotland reporter Conor Gillies has more.
High Street Station in the centre of Glasgow, one of the city's busiest. Now a crime scene, the centre of a murder investigation. The victim, a schoolboy, 14-year-old Justin McLaughlin, stabbed to death in broad daylight on Saturday afternoon.
Eyewitnesses described seeing emergency services giving him CPR inside this station. The 14-year-old was taken to the Queen Elizabeth University Hospital, where he died a short time later.
It's very difficult to comment on whether it was a target attack or not, given the early stage of the investigation, but it's something that, as with these type of inquiries, we'll keep an open mind. Part of the incident was captured on CCTV, which is a huge advantage for what we're trying to achieve.
Tributes are building on social media from friends and family. One said, "Words can't explain how much we miss you. Sleep tight, Angel." Another described Justin as the most sweetest, loving and caring boy ever. "I can't explain how heartbroken I am," they said. "You are one in a million."
It's heartbreaking to read the thoughts of some of the families and friends of Justin in the wake of this tragic murder. And I'm stunned that this could have taken place in the heart of our city at broad daylight.
Justin was a pupil at this school in Coatbridge in North Lanarkshire. His teacher said St Ambrose is shocked and saddened by Justin's death. James McParland said he was a valued member of the community and his loss will be felt by staff and pupils alike. As a family mourns, detectives continue the hunt this morning for the person or people responsible for murdering this young boy. Conor Gillis, BBC News, Glasgow.
The enforcement of Scotland's COVID passport scheme begins today, a fortnight after it was first introduced on a voluntary basis to give venues more time to prepare. Proof of full vaccination will be required for entry into big events, including concerts and football matches. A negative test result won't be accepted as an alternative.
Ford has announced a major transformation of its plant at Ellwood on Merseyside in a move that will secure hundreds of jobs. The car maker is spending more than £200 million converting the factory to produce components for electric vehicles from 2024. It's part of plans for its entire passenger vehicle lineup in Europe to be electric by the year 2030.
The first 5 recipients of the Earthshot Prize, founded by Prince William, have been announced at a star-studded ceremony in London.
The prize aims to recognise innovative solutions to climate change. The winners have all been awarded £1 million. Science editor David Attenborough has more.
Each year, we will award 5 £1 million prizes to those who we believe can transform our chances of repairing our planet.
Inspired by the missions to the moon, the aim is to heal planet Earth, to try to tackle the most serious environmental problems. At the ceremony to hand out the awards, a call to action from Sir David Attenborough.
We don't have eternity. We need to do this now and over the next 10 years. And if we do put our minds to it, I believe we can do that.
Congratulations to Paul Vita.
The winning teams are mostly small but with big potential. A project to grow coral in the Bahamas, using special tanks to speed up the process of restoring reefs. A portable machine developed in India to turn agricultural waste into fertiliser so that farmers don't burn their fields and cause air pollution. And a clever design in Thailand using renewable energy to make hydrogen.
Winning this prize is recognition that we are going in the right direction. It will support us to go into mass production, and it will boost us towards our goal of accelerating the access of green hydrogen for everyone.
The Earthshot for Build a Waste-Free World goes to the city of Milan.
Another global challenge is waste, and the city of Milan wins a prize for collecting unused food and giving it to people who need it most. The final prize for restoring nature went to Costa Rica, a country that once cleared most of its forests but has now doubled the number of trees. The plan now is for the winning projects to be scaled up so that they can make a real difference globally. We'll have to see how well that works out in practice, but in any event they'll offer something badly needed in the run-up to the climate summit in Glasgow next month, a sense of optimism. David Attenborough, BBC News.
See the headlines as they happen and watch BBC News live in the app and get the full story with bbc.co.uk/news. Follow the story for all the latest with BBC News.